Hey, how's it going? Um, let's keep it low key today. I don't know. No, let's get to work. Uh, how was the script? Last time we ran it, last we left it, I think it was doing pretty okay. At least that's my recollection because I remember right at the end of the day, I was ready to. What was it? This is like Friday. I was ready to test out like the new feature that we added in, and I guess so. I'm gonna I'm pretty sure I literally made no changes to it after getting it into a state where I felt it was runnable. I'm just gonna test that real quick. Uh, so it all runs and loads and stuff. So yeah, this should be good to go. Subsequent, the most recent like features and mode stuff that we've added recently to the project, I think the next orders of business will be to hey and how's it going? Welcome. Thank you, by the way. You are also quite beautiful in spirit and probably in other ways as well. So save that and then let's yeah. So we'll run the script, get that going, because why not? I'm gonna bump up the process priority on the presumption that it's gonna continue running and it's gonna, run smoothly. So let's get that, or no, okay, on the details pane, let's get Python bumped up to high priority. And yeah, so while that's going, we can get to work on other stuff. Yeah. So I was just looking at the backlog a second ago. So I think muting players with the purge command will be first order of business. Then probably the persistence of energy levels. Oh yeah, we talked about this the other day. I didn't actually start on it, but yeah, I think energy levels are just going to be completely separate from the player dictionary. So that way, when players like leave or join the game, their energy levels won't reset. It'll just continue to process that data. Yeah. I want energy to be like only more important moving forward from here. I actually want to play up the value of energy overall. Not exactly just how it is now, but like basically like I like where that system. I like how that system. I don't know how to describe it exactly. Basically, like I think what that system is doing right now, there could be a lot more of that actually. Like the game could move even further in that direction. So, okay. So muting players with the purge command. This this is similar to something that we've done in other contexts. So let's go to. Oh shoot. Well. Okay. No. This is. Yeah. How do let me? I just okay. Let's first thing. Let's reacquaint with how the purge command works. So the purge command adds to the mute list. Is that really all it does? Huh. Really? No, it does more than that. No, I guess, yeah, no. Oh, weird. Okay, so what is it that we do with the mute list? Um, so we set up the mute list so that we don't accept. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I think I did something the other day that might have been redundant to what we have set up here with the mute list. So, uh, yeah, I guess while we're looking at how the mute list is used for this purpose, I should, wait, what? Those are the only references to the mute list. only for the purposes of populating the fake. Wait a second. So does the purge command not actually do anything right now? Did I forget to set up the purge command so that it actually like does anything? If event type equals classic, we're setting up the we're setting up the fake options to initialize to the mute list. Oh, if that's in the case of adlib. Oh, yeah. So one of the things I did the other day actually is not strictly necessary. Oops. Oh well, and it's not exactly harmful either. Or is it? Oh wait, actually, I think it is. Hold on. Let me think about this. Um, yeah, I think previously, the way I had it set up, gambits wouldn't have. Sorry, this is like a tangent from what I was going to work on, but uh, the way I set that up the other day, or the way I had set it up initially, if if for an adlib event, the oops, my laptop's not plugged in. It's about to run out of power. Sorry, just 1 second. I'm not going anywhere. Just grabbing the charge cord. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So basically, like the action tags for a gambit, which sort of runs parallel to like typical actions. What AAA company have I worked for? I worked at Harmonix Music Systems for 6 years. They're located down in, well, they were in Cambridge when I worked there, but I think they're in Boston now. So, yeah, let's get it so that before I go on, I want to make sure that gambits are registered appropriately. So the way to check that would be to go to the place where this gets input, or the player input gets registered by the title. So that'd be one of the situations where we're reading in voice data. This being, well, yeah, this being one of them. And then specifically, I want to look at did I? Actually, I'll start with the other one because there are two of these scenarios, and the other one is the one that makes more sense to me. Yeah. What? I swear, just recently I did something with just the other day I did something that changes how the gambits are processed. Hmm, is it? Hmm. Oh yeah, gambits. Yeah. Okay. So, right. So, I was worried that gambits would be in the that with gambits in the act search whatever that they would get picked up by adlib events, but if event on, if curve adlib, player take action. Okay. So my hunch now, sorry, this is, I think we're closing in on the end of this tangent. My hunch is that in player take action, we actually already sort by the fake lists. And so I think because I am setting up the fake list appropriately, I don't have to worry about that. Alternately, if we're not sorting by the fake list here, then that's important. If actions I not in new actions, for I in range length orig actions. I'm not filtering by fake here, like the fake options. So, huh. I guess, yeah, I think, it was a little bit like when I initially. Okay, so I guess I was right. I was like half right in both scenarios, and so now let's make sure that these half correctnesses add up to a wholly correct system. So the fake list. Yeah, no, I think I like the new solution better. So I think yeah, I think basically what it is, there's not specifically any point in making. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, so there is. Right. Okay. 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 So the reason I got on this in the first place is because we were I was going to set up like the purging of text from the game, basically like a way to make it so that if something inappropriate gets said, it can get rinsed out of the game entirely, and so the like that half of like so Gambit's aside, Gambit's like kind of like I at one point I thought could leverage that system, but like Gambit's aside, like I do still want that system working. Which I think I either missed it or I just haven't got to the point where it's actually like taking effect yet. So let's okay here okay, so yeah, so we are checking fake in the non. Oh yes, okay. So in the adlib case, we just have to check fake. That's like that's the thing. That'll be like the final piece to the puzzle. So if so, the length of act search is greater than 0. Oh, player take action. Oh, okay. So yeah. So here we just filter out the fake ones, I guess. That's all we have to do. Oh, okay. So it's basically I'll just move this down here, I think. Wait. Was there another reason I put this here though? Act search. Was there another reason that I'd put this here? Was there another reason that I needed the gambits out of the... Oh. Oh, no. Okay, actually, wait. Well, You know what I was going to say is, you lost your phone. Oh, no. That's awful. I'm sorry to hear that, Cheeseman Panda. That's, do you have any hope of getting it back, or do you, like, did you leave it at the hotel, I mean, like, uh, yeah, okay, so we're fixing up, so yeah, so we implemented some new systems the other day, and now we're like adding, we're doing like support work. We're like adding in like other features that will now play well with it, and um, the downside of like taking breaks from a project that you're working on is that when you come back to them, it's harder to remember what was going. So uh, let's right. So on the last time I was working on this, I was concerned about gambits getting into the act search string, and so now I'm rinsing them out, and I'm just thinking like, why not just rinse out literally all of the fake actions? Like, why not just rinse? Is there? Because I need to do it eventually. I'm still not doing that, and I still need to be doing that. But actually, is this the way to go about that? Maybe this actually isn't the right juncture to be doing the rest of that stuff. Maybe I should leave all of this like this, and then maybe the correct juncture is Yeah, no, that's almost certainly the case now that I think about it. It should be when we're processing the event for the to pick the top list. That should be the appropriate juncture. So I think we're already doing a little bit of that already, and now we can do just a little bit more. Okay, so whoops. So let's go to process event, uh, and so yeah, top list raw for li in Action Dictionary. Top list raw. Yeah, okay. So clean equals true. If yeah. Okay. Wait, hold on. I have a list of bad words. But I think I'm using it the wrong way now that I'm looking at this. I'm looping over. Oh, for wi in bad words list. Okay, yeah, we're checking if the bad word is anywhere in there. Okay, so that's actually fine. How we're doing it this way. And so then the other thing that we want to do is we just want to say uh, okay. So outside of this loop, we want to say if what is that we're dealing here with? Li index 1. If li index 1 in mute list, right? No, not mute list. Mute list? Shoot. Actually, yeah. If we just use, it doesn't have to be the current events fake list. It could just be mute list, right? I think. Is there a different way I want to go about setting this up? This is fine for now. Okay, so if li in mute list, then clean equals false. Okay. Okay, I think yeah. Overall, this should be satisfactory because we're so like we're setting up before. The gambits are being like specifically like actually it's yeah. So no, what I should do now is I should take the gambits out of the mute list. The mute list will be initially. Should I just cut? Actually I might just want to cut the mute list altogether because it's adding this extra processing. And I think like the thing that I'm about to add in instead is actually going to be more effective overall. So I guess I'll leave this for now because it's better than nothing. But I might also just end up replacing it now that I think about it. All right. So the what was the yeah, so the other thing I'm thinking is that I have to change how that purge command works. Kind of like there has to be like what the purge command is currently doing is just not satisfactory in my opinion. We need to do more than this. So I think actually instead of all this other stuff, I think what we're gonna do is I think just like schedule, yeah, just schedule dot insert. Do we have like the schedule as like global schedule? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. let's just get rid of this and say let's get rid of all of this and just say schedule dot insert at time 0 insert init purge. So this is the command that gets recognized on the tkinter thread, and I'm just gonna send it through to the data thread because it's easier to process things on the data thread. So schedule.insert. Maybe I should just make schedule a queue. I should probably make schedule a queue. I should make schedule a queue and basically move like all this stuff onto the data thread. I'm not gonna do that right now, but that's definitely something I should be doing. I think so. I'm just gonna add that to the backlog real quick. Okay, so make schedule a queue, and actually, I mean, if schedule is a queue, I can actually just use the data messages queue. Does that? No. Well, actually, yeah. I can make schedule a queue. No, I can leave schedule. Right. Okay. No, keep schedule. Okay, so okay, so no, I should take inits out of the take init commands or events out of the schedule and use the data messages queue to get to schedule from other threads. Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be so much fun and super glamorous, but no, that is something I should do. Thank you, Shimash. Shimash, sorry for mispronouncing your name, but yeah, thank you. Are we still at like 1,000 followers exactly? It's funny, this is actually it's kind of my second time getting to 1,000 followers, but the reason for that is that once upon a time someone like botted my stream, and one of the things that they did was to like spam followers, and so yeah, I had like a bunch of fake followers who got banned, and yeah. So yeah, so this I think now this is actually debatably this is actually the more exciting one. I didn't make much fanfare over it because technically we had already passed 1,000 followers at one point, but I guess this is the one where we actually have 1,000 real followers. So that's actually, you know, cooler in a lot of ways. A lot of ways. So thank you, all 1,000 followers. You are my favorite 1,000 followers. So okay. Yes. So I'm still like kind of working against what I just said I should do, because I'm still scheduling things directly from the tkinter thread, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. That'll be easy enough to fix up later. So let's and like so that task is basically, it's actually not that hard. It's basically just like move a bunch of code around. Because like right now we're running functions and like doing and processing stuff on the tkinter thread, which instead will just send that data directly to the data thread and handle it there instead. So yeah. Let's set up init purge now. Which, like I just decided, won't always live in the schedule, but we'll put it in the schedule for now because that's how the game currently works. So yeah, let's do. Yeah, so if the purge command shouldn't happen very often. So this should happen like technically I guess it should happen more often than facts. Oh, purge ban. Yeah, I'll just put it with purge ban. So elif do now index 1 equals init purge. I should probably come up with different names for these two because purge and purge ban, they're very similar. They're very similar. Should I just merge them? No, because the difference isn't the ban. The difference is the fact that it concludes the current event. So yeah, they are very different. Okay. So what is it that we do here? Yeah, so what is it that we do here? That was what got me thinking, because basically what I want to do is I want to go through. Oh yeah, I want to keep this actually. Yeah, now that I think about it, I want to keep this very like broad, I guess, because oh um sorry, something just occurred to me. Like yeah, I remember you. I remember mispronouncing your name, Shimas. Shimas. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name. Can I call you Mouse? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I'm never going to say your name correctly, so. Um, oh, you just got accepted to university? Congratulations! That's awesome! Oh, wow! I'm glad I'm glad I helped inspire you. That's that's so cool. Well, I congratulations. I I'm psyched that that we have another cool game developer on the way. So um so for init purge, oh yeah, the thing that just occurred to me was that we yeah, so what I want to set up with this command is a way to, okay, so that either during an event or not during an event, there are either like there are like there's like a list of, let's call them like actions. I mean, sometimes it represents action data for an event, sometimes it represents like voice data, I've been calling it. I probably should have a generic term for all of those things. In either case, people can be doing inappropriate things with that. Like, just, I mean, trolls will be trolls, right? What I wanted to effect with this command was a way to not only rinse the inappropriate data from the game, but also basically like flag players as like inappropriate players. Basically so that instead of having to, because it would be like a full-time job to just sit here and like constantly be like filtering out all the inappropriate things that people might come up with to say. So instead, basically, I'd like a way for players to like lose their privilege in that regard. The thing about that, or like one of the tough things about that, is that I don't really have any tool for managing permissions. So if that, I was just thinking like, what if I accidentally typoed or something and like banned like everyone? Like that would be unfortunate. So I guess I'll want to be careful that I'm not accidentally hitting too broad a swath of players with this. Yeah. Uh let's So I guess I should check. Yeah, I should check. I should check both, or I should always check voice data. Whenever a purge command comes through, I should always check voice data, and then actually, the only time I have to check an event is if it's an ad-lib event, because for all the rest of the events, it would go like that data would be limited entirely to voice data. So, um, yeah, okay. So I guess we could do voice first. So, yeah, how does this work? It'll basically be that the so first we'll check the voice dictionary, or like the how is it that we keep track of the way we keep track of all of the sorry. I sometimes yawn in the afternoon, which is weird. I think right now it's partly because I had a bunch of coffee yesterday, and I did not have any coffee today. So um let's uh let's do what? The yeah, right. So I said I was going to check the voice. Let's go to process event for a moment. Because when we're processing an event, one of the steps that we take is to. Oh no, sorry, no, it's not when we process event. It's actually in the voices. It's in the voices event in the schedule. Pardon. Right, no, the other way around. In the voices event in the schedule, sometimes we process events, but other times we do this volume dictionary thing. So, rolled voices. Oh, you know what's funny? I can actually use rolled voices as part of this because, well, no, I won't actually use rolled voices, but like I'll basically do the same thing here as was done with rolled, or we'll do the same thing elsewhere basically as had been done. Cheeseman Panda, I feel like you know that links are not. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, I feel like Cheeseman Panda, you should already know this, but for anyone who doesn't know, links do not show up in chat, except for some people they do, and like that's literally how it is. So, all right, so moving on. VKey, volume dictionary, VKeys. Yeah, so volume dictionary. So I guess, yeah, the first thing to do is, well, yeah, I guess I was gonna say like I'll look through the volume dictionary to see like if this entry is actually in the volume dictionary, but the right, so we look through the volume dictionary to see if this is actually in the volume dictionary, and then use that as the measure of whether to like loop over the entire player dictionary. But I don't know about that actually. I think oh, huh. Oh, it just occurred to me that I might kind of like I was saying I would keep track of the player's energy levels separately. I was thinking maybe I should keep track of voice data separately, but I don't know. That feels a little far gone. Like I don't know if I want to. So the cost of separating like some of this data from the player dictionary is that I either have to. Well, so the point of removing the point of separating this stuff from the player dictionary would have it so that it persists when you like regardless of whether a player leaves or not. Like it continue to persist even after the player returns. Not necessarily after the script gets restarted, but yeah. the the disadvantage is that that data will just like accumulate. It'll just like build up and build up and build up. And well, like I was saying before with the energy system, like I want more energy type stuff going on in the game. I don't necessarily want to go crazy with the voice dictionary in the same way. So I mean, maybe I might at some point, but I don't think I necessarily want to do that now. So maybe yeah, you know what? So at one point, whoops, I didn't mean to open a new window. At one point, I was thinking that persistence of energy levels would imply the would imply that players are not immediately removed from the game. Then I decided instead that actually I'll implement that in a different way. Actually, the whole thing about separating out the energy dictionary. Incidentally, I think I also want to basically do both. So like, don't remove players from the game immediately. Wait like a minute or two. So I think I actually want to do both of these things. And actually, once I'm doing this one, I don't know, the persistence of energy levels isn't as important, because like this actually kind of accomplishes kind of the same thing. So maybe I won't do the persistence of energy levels, actually. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I will just do the don't remove players from the game immediately, wait for like a minute or two. Because that accomplishes both things that I want to do. And maybe I'll do the persistence of energy levels later, but maybe I just won't need to, because, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. I'm glad I decided to do these in this order, because then sorry. I didn't actually look at the picture yet. Someone said it's kind of rude. And now I have to look at it. Okay, that's weird. Alright, so it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so yeah, so I'll yeah, the reason that I got started thinking about this again in the middle of the purge thing is that it occurred to me that if I set up this purge command where players were like, you know, players who have excuse me, I'm sorry. Alright, if I set up the system where players like get rinsed and like get muted based on their participation, if their participation was inappropriate, it occurred to me that players could dodge that by saying something inappropriate and then immediately leaving, thereby avoiding the ban, and then they could come back and say something inappropriate again. However, if we don't remove players from the game immediately, if we wait like a minute or two, then they won't be able to duck, because they'll still get their player data will persist for just a short time after they're gone, and so they will still get the evidence will remain apparently or effectively. So yeah. So for Viki and volume dictionary, okay, so it's volume dictionary. Yeah. So going back to what I was talking about before, the excuse me, sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm just defective. The yeah, so the thing about, I do have to update the volume dictionary. The thing about the volume dictionary is that it's not, the presence or absence of a term in the volume dictionary does not speak thoroughly to whether that same item does or doesn't exist, whether that item does or doesn't exist in the player's individual voice history, because the voice history persists for longer than the volume dictionary does. So I mean, it could be that I just don't care about like older entries. Uh, you know, now that I think about it, it really doesn't matter either way because yeah, no, you know what? Yeah, okay. So hypothetically, there's like I said, the just by going by the volume dictionary is not going to be like thoroughly exhaustive because there could be players who had used like something blah blah, even if it wasn't in the volume dictionary. But for the intended use of this command, the the things we'll care about will be in the volume dictionary. Or if they're not, then, you know, it's technically like, you know, incidentally whatever whatever, but it's not like directly related. So I don't know. I might change my mind, but I guess basically it'll work either way. Um, have I ever had a girlfriend? Yes, I guess. No, I shouldn't have answered that question because I don't want to answer follow-up questions. Like if you have questions about my personal life, like ask me outside of the stream. Like this stream is not about my personal life. So, um, okay. So uh, so let's go back to the purge command. I guess the place where we're implementing that purge. Init purge. Uh, right. Probably. Uh, yeah, let's go back there. So it's the volume dictionary. Okay. So init init purge. No, not that. Wait a second. Oh, right. I was like, why is there this separate function for purge ban? But that's because purge ban isn't a command; it's a button. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. I guess we'll just say if do now index if do now index 2, which is the word that we're purging. If do not index 2 in voice dictionary, then voice dictionary dot pop do now index 2. So again, I might change this, but then only in the case that do now index 2 was in voice dictionary in the first place. I guess that's kind of the only place that we would go, like then so if you tweet something at me, you don't have to tell me you tweeted it at me, because I'm not going to check it during the stream, and you already tweeted at me, just by the way. Thank you. Alright, so for PI in player set, or player dictionary, either way. For PI in player dictionary, we'll say we'll just say for VI in player dictionary, index PI dot voices. I figure if it's voice or voices. Oh, what are you doing? Find. Is it? Yeah, just voice. Okay. So for each of these, we'll say, if VI. Oh, actually no. It's actually easier than that. We can just say if do now index 2 in. Oh no, wait, no, never mind. We do have to do it the first way because voice data is two data points. It's not just the it's not just the text anymore. It used to just be the text, but now it's the text and the timestamp, as I recall correctly. Uh, voice. What? I'm just trying to remember which data point comes first. Index 0. Okay, index 0 is the timestamp. Yeah, that's usually. Well, no, I'm not 100% consistent there. So, okay, so if VI index 1 equals do now. Oh, there is another way I could do this now that I think about it. Yeah, I could say if do now index 2 in I mean, I think it's like it's basically the same thing either way, but there's a way that you can, like, if you have like a multi-dimensional list or whatever, you can take like a column from it and like just check in that column. Uh, uh, um, your kappa didn't work because you had a question mark at the end of it. You have to say kappa space question mark, or question mark space kappa. Um, I know that wasn't a serious question, but I just happen to know the answer to it. Okay. I feel like reminding myself of this format. Just is it as? No, not as. But yeah, I don't know if I'm actually gonna set it up this way, but I feel like reminding myself of like the format for the column of a multidimensional list. So Python column multi-dimensional list. I don't know. How to extract a column from multi-dimensional list. Mm-hmm. Oh, it is 4. Okay, so it's basically like a loop. Yeah, it's basically like, yeah. So okay, so it's basic. So it's still, yeah. So I probably will do it the other way. I always remember that this is a thing that I can do. I just never remember exactly how it's done. For row index I, blah, blah, blah. It's like square brace row index I for row in matrix. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, okay. It's like a strange. It's like so like yeah no setting up like declaring like lists in that manner is like very Python, or to me it's very like unlike other things I've seen. So anyways, so for VI in player dictionary voice, if VI index 1 equals do now equals do now, then we purge this sucker, or like ban hammers. Ban hammers everywhere. Um, I you know what? I think I actually want to loop by players first. Or like I want to loop by players. I don't want to loop by players multiple times. So do I? No, maybe. I was just trying to think like. So we do like the voice stuff, and then we because if we're doing the action stuff, then I guess we just loop again over all the players, which I don't know. I guess that's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so oh, but do I want to loop over the players like 3 times? Like that would be. Oh no! I know what I'll do. Do I? Will I? But what? Where? So basically, like there are 2 reasons that a player can get banned, or like so it's, I mean, it's the same reason, but it's like there are 2 places that we look, and so I kind of just want to like flag the player to get banned in either scenario, and then I'll do all the ban processing like at the end. I'm trying to think of like what's the best way to set that up. Yeah, I'm just gonna loop over the player dictionary altogether either way. So I'm gonna take this loop out, and then I'm just gonna say, so for PI and player dictionary, um, we'll say clean equals, I'll say pclean equals true, and then so if vi and do not equals, yeah, so then oops, not p plus clean, p underscore clean, p clean, sorry, equals false, and then we can break, and then so then I guess if p clean, then yeah, well then we'll say for oh yeah, so now the next thing to check is whether if it's an adlib event, whether the player oh right what. Alright, no, never mind. Hold on. I'm not gonna do it this way. I'm gonna say so like band set equals a set, and then right, so I'm just gonna say band set dot add pi. Okay. So okay, so then right, so then we loop again because we loop over the player diction. Why do we loop again? No, right, because if if curEv or if event on, if this is during an event, and curEv dot adlib, then we have to check the data for the event, which is tracked how. How do we okay, yeah, this is similarly as like with the voice data, this is tracked in multiple places. So so let's go to process event real quick. Or no, actually, let's go to player take action, because these will be the places where we are interacting with these items. So actions data, yeah, so that's what we have to rinse from the player individually. Mr. Moose, thank you for hosting. Alright, so okay, so this is the individual player data. Oh, yeah, I guess actually, now that I think about it, once we once we ban that player, I was gonna say we could take the that particular action tag out of their voice data, but actually now that I think about it, we can just get rid of their voice data altogether, because they don't really have a voice anymore. Well, okay, so I guess hypothetically a player could get unbanned, and then if they got unbanned, then we would want to have retained their voice data. So we should just spot edit the particular entry. Sorry, slightly distracted. Oh, sorry. Wait, actually, I have an idea. There we go. Okay, I'll be less distracted now. Let's update these things as discussed. Let's also update. Where is it? The other one, right? It's the action dictionary. Yeah. So action dictionary. Yeah, we'll just straight up rinse the action dictionary of these items. Uh, wait a second. Wait a second. I I must be doing the way I said the way I just sorry it just occurred to me the way I'm setting up the thing that I just did to the voice dictionary. That can't be right. I must have done something slightly wrong there because like the data points like don't make sense to me right now. I'll have to fix that up again when I get back there. But yeah, okay. So action dictionary, and what were the okay? Sorry, action dictionary, actions, and action data. Let's do that now, and let's update the other thing that I just realized I did wrong. Init purge. Actually, yeah. So right, this whole thing about vi index 1, I feel like that has to be wrong. Actually, what is it? No, it would literally be vi. All right. Well, so okay, before I forget, so action dictionary, actions, and actions data. Those are things that I have to fix up down here. But right. So for voice, what I just remembered is that player's voice data is a dictionary, which means that the v key is the index. So I don't even care what the other data points are, actually, now that I think about it. Vocal list dot append. Player dictionary p key. Index 1? The heck is this index 1? I mean, I guess I don't really have to care right now. It's just my own curiosity is now irking me. So when I set voice data, it's oh, it's the relative timestamp and the overall timestamp. Right. So great. Those are both timestamps. Okay. So I was way overthinking it, and actually, because there are some situations where I do like use the name as like the second data field, but no, this is way simpler. It's just if do not index to, I don't have to do any like weird like column slicing or anything like that. All I have to say is if yeah, if do not index to, then band set, no break. Okay. Yep, there we go. Okay. So yeah, so what we do here is we say if do not index to in right. So I was gonna unindent this when I thought I was gonna use this like loop for like bigger, better things, but no, I'm gonna re-indent that now. Am I? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So if do not index to in action dictionary, then oh wait, that was right. Sorry, that was the other thing. So we band set it, and then we also say player index pi dot voices dot pop dot voice dot pop do not index to. Yeah. Okay. So right, so do now index to in action dictionary, then action dictionary dictionary dot pop not that dot pop do not index to, and then again, so for pi in player dictionary, is there actually no? I guess actually in this case we don't have to go over the entire dictionary. We only have to go over the event set, because the event set keeps track of which players have participated in the current event. So player dictionary, excuse me. So if do now index 2 in player dictionary index pi dot actions, then band set dot add this player. No, where does that stupid autocomplete thing come from? Sometimes, like, I just hit enter to get a new line, and like the autocomplete window pops up for a second, and then just like plugs in something dumb that I did not at all intend to. I don't know what that's about. So bandset.add player dictionary index pi dot actions why do you keep separate track of actions and actions data? Like, why isn't that just the same thing? I'm pretty sure actions is redundant to actions data. Is it that? I'm gonna have to look into that, because like it just occurred to me, like I think actions data is just actions plus time plus with an extra timestamp in there. I think. I don't know. Alright, so actions dot pop do now index 2. And then same thing with actions data apparently for now, until I clean that up. Okay. So, right, so then the last thing to do will be for BI in band set. All those players can get banned. Ban jerks. That is what I will want to be doing there. Yeah, I'm just gonna look at actions and actions data real quick, because I don't know. I just don't like keeping so much unnecessary data around if I don't need to. Oh wow, look at all. Oh yeah, you know what's. Yeah, events have dot actions. They have a ton of like dot actions. So I'm just gonna actually look at just actions data for starters. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I go through. Wait, new actions dot append. Average actions index. Why is it that this seems weird. I don't know, just like this is not related to like what I came here to look at necessarily, but like why is why are we referencing different terms here? Actions data index I. Average actions index I. I guess just for convenience, just because we can. Average actions index I. Yeah, no, I guess that's fine. Alright, but yeah, does that answer the question about why for AI in actions yeah, no, nothing here says to me like nothing here says to me that I can't just get rid of actions or like, you know, get rid of one of these. I think I basically want to get rid of actions data and make, well, I basically want to get rid of actions and then basically rename actions data to actions. Maybe I'll just keep actions data instead though. So yeah, all right. I'm just going to look at all the references to .actions real quick. It'd be nice if in Python I could look specifically like so it's just tripping me up here that events also have .actions, and I think in like C languages you can actually like look at just the ones that I don't know, whatever. Okay. So yeah, so we're starting at the top, and so this is events. A lot of this is going to be events. Oh, and participation too, right? So events, participation, and characters and players all have adventures, all have actions, and the one that I care about is just the players. So here we go. Events. Okay. Participation. Player dictionary. All right. So for AI in player dictionary, blah blah, dot actions. What are we doing here? Oh yeah. We're just rinsing out data here. So yeah, we can just change this to actions data instead. It's identical because we're not actually even using the data here. We're just using the list of keys to, do stuff. Okay, so actions data. Yeah, I'm thinking I actually will keep the name actions data because that way it now will be different than like what we have for going on for events. So, okay. Yeah. Let's do what then? Let's continue on. So for AI, yeah, again, we're not actually referencing the data here. We're just using the list of we're just using the stuff and whatnot. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I keep letting myself get distracted, and I really shouldn't. I just yeah, no, I really shouldn't. Sorry, I had my like mobile device next to me, and I was just like, I turned off the notification noise and everything, but it still was popping up like stuff on screen, and that was enough to draw my focus away. I should not. I should stay focused. Okay. So events name. Oh, so yeah, this is event stuff. So this again, not related to like player stuff. Events, participation, events, players. Okay, right. Okay, so yeah, again, we can just literally just get rid of actions. Okay, so here, orig actions equals player dictionary name dot actions. Wait, what? Oh, because it's a dictionary. Sure. Okay. So let's just switch this over to actions data instead. So I want to make sure, yeah. So actually, yeah, let's okay, so yeah, original actions. I'll just want to make sure I'm doing the same thing. So here's the case where again I'm referencing orig actions, but only for the list of keys. So that one's fine. Here I'm only going for the length, and that's fine. Okay, so if orig action index I not in new actions. Okay, here's here's a slight difference because in this case I don't just want to say orig actions index I. Wait, what? Orig actions index I? That didn't make sense back. How did that make sense back when actions were done the other way? What is actions data? Or not actions data, but what was the original actions actually? Oh, these aren't dictionaries. This is a freaking list. But other than that, right? Okay, yeah, no. So, yeah, easy. So it's just it's just orig actions index I index 1. Yes. Okay. These are not dictionaries. These are like the actions data, whatever. Not dictionaries. They're just lists, and that's because they're kept in chronological order. So yeah. Okay. Right. So orig actions, right? So because actions data is sets of data points and not just single individual data points, then you know what? I don't know if this is like a big deal, but like, sorry, this is just another thing that like occurred to me, which is use tuples for messaging, messages and schedule items. I don't think that this super matters, but I assume that it does. So I tend to use square braces instead of parentheses a lot of the time because I'm going to put this in micro because I don't think it super matters, but I assume there has to be some advantage to tuples over lists because tuples suck. You can't edit the contents of them individually. You can't edit like individual items in a tuple, which is annoying, and it's why I like tend to reflexively use other things instead of them. But I don't know. Okay. There are things that like messages like don't change. Like the messages are just like one-off little pieces of like data that get sent around, and so there's no reason I couldn't use tuples for those. So. And I use so the thing that I like the messaging system has gotten pretty big in this game, so I don't know. Okay. Let's oh, hey, speaking of stuff, I wonder how much memory we're using. We're still only using 155 megabytes. That's good. And it's been a while now, and I've just never had an opportunity to run memory tracking on the title because it hasn't been having any memory problems. Which is good. That's a good thing. That's a good situation to be in, I guess. Okay, so orig actions. New actions. Yeah, so again, new actions. Wait, what is actions? Actions? What is actions? Oh, that's what gets passed in. Okay, do I need new actions? Because I can just use new actions data for these things, I feel like. In new actions. Oh yeah, I guess it is slightly convenient to keep new actions around because then I can just say, yeah, because right, okay. So we'll keep new actions around. Oh, is that why I keep actions around? Yep, probably. Frick. Oh, isn't that fun when you get halfway through changing something and then remember why it had to be the other way? Well, that's why they have the undo key, right? So. Well, that was easy to fix. Okay. Anyways. Right. Yep. Took me a minute to get there, but we're there now. Okay. Let's ban some jerks. Right? So we have our band set, and these are the players who said inappropriate things. These are the players who will not have their permission to. Uh, so basically, like it's the permissions that you lose in this scenario are the permissions that involve basically anything about like uh, text that a player could themselves write, um, having like an influence on the game. Um, it doesn't actually ban the player from the game itself. The player can continue to play the game. It's just that none of their written text will ever like really appear in the game, which I think also means that players in this state can't do ad lib events, or they certainly can't win at an ad lib event. I think they can still technically participate, but they just like don't. They just don't. Yeah, I don't know. I might want to double check that just to make sure that that is working on at least some level. But that's not urgent. Um, so yeah, this is so the same thing that we do like when we yeah. So this thing here. Uh, oh, we do have to yeah we have to do basically all of this stuff. Uh, yeah, it's pretty much all of this. Uh, yeah. Okay, so copy this to here, and then right. So the thing is, it's not cur ev source this time. It's bi. Uh, and yeah, there we have it. Done. Super banned, or at least muted. All these players become muted. They're mutants. No. Alright, cool. I think that's that. Oh, no, that's not 100% that. Why is that not 100% that? Because, yeah, I'm still not, wait, no, I'm purging the data from the voice dictionary and from the action dictionary, but I'm still not. No, I think that's fine. I think that's everything because we're rinsing all of the data out. We're banning the players who caused it in the first place. Uh, huh. I guess maybe I do still want to set up the mute list to keep the mute list around because yeah. I mean, I could get really strict with the mute list instead of just muting the data. I can make it so that any player who says something on the mute list gets this ban applied to them retroactively. I don't want to go too ban crazy though. I don't know. I've like mixed feelings about this because on the one hand, if the person administering the game is very proactive, then you know if they're on their game, then they'll like ban it before a lot of jerks have the chance to say it, and so those jerks presumably should then stumble into their own ban state. Like they deserve it. They've earned it. Um, so I don't know. I don't know about that one. I I might want to do that. Like I might want to add that in. I don't know if I'll do it right now though. Sorry, I'm just like sliding things around on the ground because my desk area is messy. Okay. So do I? So what do I, yeah? Which how do I want to leave it now? Maybe I'll just. Maybe I'll just leave it like this for now. Yeah. Yeah, no. Uh, I'll just leave it like this for now, I guess. Okay. Because something else just occurred to me is that like there are some players who would be inclined to say something inappropriate, not because that player wanted to say something inappropriate, but if something inappropriate got into the game systems, it could actually be advantageous towards the game to say something inappropriate. And those players I don't actually want banned. So should I be less severe about like how I ban players here? Like maybe I shouldn't ban literally everyone who used the term. Maybe I should just ban like the first like swath of people, or like I don't know. I mean, this is a fairly straightforward implementation, so I guess I'll maybe just stick to this for now. That is something to think about, though. Like I was saying before, I don't want to ban too many people. I don't want to go overboard with the banning because then there'll be no one left to play the game. No, like I said before, the game is still fully playable, or it's just I like the parts of this game that. Excuse me. Sorry. I like the parts of this game that encourage like player creativity, and that's kind of the part that not all players can handle appropriately. Some of them are not trustworthy in that way. Something just occurred to me. Oh, bad schedule item. Prompt guest GMs. Really? Why does it think prompting guest GMs is a bad schedule item? Yeah, it just occurred to me like that wasn't happening, and so yeah, something was wrong there. Prompt guest GMs. Prompt guest GMs. What is it actually called? Prompt guest GMs. What? The only way you would get a wait, what? Oh. I put it in the init column. I put it in the... Why the heck is it here? What? I put it in the init column right after a init event. No. That's not appropriate. No, that's... that'd explain it. Why did I put it there, though? I'm, like, worried now. Was it supposed... I don't know. Alright, well... Hopefully I didn't do anything weird in putting it there, but, let's put it where it's supposed to go. Which is not in the init section. Maybe it used to be, like, init prompts guest GMs or something. I don't know, something like that. But, check fade, mid-time? Yeah, I guess it would, yeah, I'll put it right after hide event data. Is that, oh, unindent. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, yeah. So I'll probably restart the script after this quest chain because this is what I've been meaning to test today, and apparently I just put it in the wrong place in code, and so it wasn't firing. Um, so I'll want to put it in the right place in code. Um, all right, so yeah, maybe I'll do the mute list thing real quick. That way, uh, I'll do the mute list thing real quick. That way, uh, yeah, no, I was thinking I would get rid of the mute list, but there's no real harm in keeping it, I guess. New.fake equals mute list. I don't think I need to start the mute list as containing these because I'm doing something else with these tags instead. Right, so this is player take action. No, this is process events. Right, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. Process events. So yeah, right. So items just don't get on the top list if they're inappropriate. Oh, wait a second. I filter the. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it just occurred to me. I filter events for the purposes of the top list, but I don't think I filter events for like bad words in other contexts, which is kind of funny because that I think that can make like an invalid event basically. Yeah, I should probably do that. Hey, a little doggy visitor came to see us.
Hey, what's up, Puppy Pups? Hey, little Puppy Pups. Come here. Come here, he's a cute monks.
Puppy, it's a puppy. Look, it's a puppy.
He's a good boy. Oh, careful.
Okay. What were we doing? Yeah, so the mute list, the bad words thing. I'm gonna make a quick note to myself to. Actually, no. I'll just make a task for myself. In the backlog, filter for B words. When initiating an event via chat. Yes. Because why wait? Why not get that sorted up front? Yeah. Okay. So basically, so what I plan to do here is that hypothetically a chat GM could initiate an event with like inappropriate. Oh yeah. Well. Sorry, I was just gonna say, like my plan would be that like if we know that an action tag is going to be rejected as invalid, from that filtering, from that text filtering, then we might as well reject it up front. And then if there are not the sufficient number of action tags, then the event would run as adlib instead, presumably. But maybe I shouldn't worry about this. Maybe I should just stick with the purge ban thing. Because, well, So maybe instead I should only be doing this bad words checking in the case that the event type is adlib. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Hmm. Hmm. So in the case that it's not adlib, then we just then top list is top list raw, because we're not filtering anything else out, I guess. All right, sure, I guess. Okay, so uh, oh yeah, right. Wait a second, hold on. Is this? I think what I just said is gonna be fine, but I just remembered like filtering the top list is weird because uh yeah, no, I guess this should be fine. Okay, so yeah, so if curev dot adlib, then we do all this business, else top list equals top list raw. Actually, I guess I can move this here, because there's no point in resetting it if we're about to reassign it to something else. Okay. Okay, and then was there something else I was going to add in here? No, I guess this is fine. So now we just won't filter that text for gameplay purposes. Because, yeah, so the reason I was thinking... Yeah, so the reason I'm not filtering it for gameplay purposes is because that text will show up on screen regardless of whether I filter it for gameplay purposes. Like, in an adlib event, if someone uses an inappropriate action tag, it won't show up on screen and it won't get used in the event, but it never showed up on... It won't show up on screen as, like, one of the action tags that... that could be relevant for the event, but it also it won't show up in screen in any other context either. Contrary to that, the text that a player submits via chat will show up on screen, even if it doesn't show up as an action tag, like in the big action frame, because the text scroll across the bottom of the screen will show that text. So I can't rely on that method of automatic filtering. Like I can't rely on that as, like, you know, basically robots don't really know, like, what's appropriate and what's inappropriate. Like, they can't make those judgment calls, really. So, one thing I had talked about before that might be worth another look is the idea of having it so that text gets, like, pre-approved. Like, chat... Oh, I said I was going to restart the script. Oh, yeah, so the other thing... Yeah, so I'm going to stop the script now, and I'll restart it soon. But the other thing I said I was going to do before I restart the script was to actually start populating the mute list. So yeah, the only other thing that I have to do now is when we init purge, we say mute list dot append. Whoops. Mute list dot append do now index 2. Oh yeah, so then voice data. Uh, hmm. So I probably want to use the mute list for voice data also. I don't know, on some levels I do and on some levels I don't. Because right now, voice data only appears on the secret panel. So like technically the only person who actually ever sees the voice data is the administrator. But I've been thinking about changing that. So like I kind of do want to continue. I don't necessarily want to filter out what the administrator sees because the administrator. I'd rather the administrator have like. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm sorry. Um, generally I'd rather the administrator have the full picture and be like fully informed. Um, and sorry, it's my earpiece. It's been, I think it's dying. It's just, it started malfunctioning like crazy lately, which is funny because just the other day I was recommending it as like a good device, but I think it was good for like, how long did I have it for? At least a year, more than a year, maybe more than a year. I had it for a pretty good run, fair amount of time. Um, but I sorry, now it's just like it's so like the the there's like a little voice like like all those like computer like text to speech voices that like you know digital products use now like this has one. And so basically like what happens now is that at random times like this AI voice will just start like talking to me and like saying like completely random and like irrelevant things, which is just a really anyways. um I think I do enjoy listening to music, so sorry, I'm just gonna bust out my earbuds real quick. Sorry, just 1 second. I think music helps me think, or like helps me like. It's just good. Just music is just good in general, right? I don't know. Just like listen to music. It's cool. Sounds good. Sounds nice. Makes you feel things. It's like art for your ears. It's literally art for your ears. Okay, sorry. Just 1 sec. Almost there. That was really loud. That was so loud. My ears, my poor ears. Okay, back to business. Yes, right. So with the mute list, I don't want to mute what the administrator sees. I want the point of the mute list is so that like, if there are young people, or just people with sensibilities, which is to say, anyone who's not like completely crass. We just there's some text that we just don't want showing up on screen, and I don't know if I necessarily want that to be the case for the administrator, because it's kind of like the job of the administrator to like, it's part of the administrator's job to attend to the people and like fix the game so that the people who are saying inappropriate things so that the appropriate like moderation tools can get used. And so yeah, I will want to use the mute list for the voice data before I show the voice data on screen, but like I'm gonna leave it for the administrator right now. I guess I'll just have to remember to do that later, I guess. Hopefully. We'll see. Okay, so I could probably restart the script. I'm just gonna test it because I probably introduced like some weird syntax error somewhere. I almost always do. No, I didn't. Wow, look at that. Look at that. I'm just gonna see that it like runs at least a little bit before I kick it off for real. Okay. Seems to be working. Okay, I'll restart it and I'll start it for real this time. That was like the fake version of the script. I come up with some really creative typos sometimes. Alright, Excuse me. All right. So new players with purge commands. Done. Don't remove players from the game immediately. Wait like a minute or two. Yeah. A filter for B words. Oh yeah, this is the thing that I just talked about. Yeah, I'm gonna change this. Pre-approve. Just I forget if I talked through this. The other thing that I was thinking of doing with ChatGM text is just not have it go automatically onto the screen. Have it so that the administrator has to like so the player inputs it into chat and then it shows up on the administrator panel and then it's the administrator's job to put it on screen. So the thing I like about that is that it's much less like it's much more effective in not putting bad things on screen. But the thing I don't like about it is that I, as the administrator, I'll not be like necessarily tuned in to what's happening. No, that's not a good excuse though, because like if, I was gonna say like yeah, I don't, like basically I don't want the game to like get hung up on my account. Like if I get distracted, I don't want the game to like stop running. But the thing about that is that if I get distracted, I don't want inappropriate things to show up on screen either. So yeah, no, I should pre-approve ChatGM text. And so I think the way I'll do it is I think there needs to be like an audio cue. Like, I think I, as administrator, need a separate audio cue. Because, like, I pay attention to the audio when the stream is going. Huh. Yeah, so then, like, I have this purge ban button on my secret control panel. And I think the purge ban button will become just like purge ban button will be like instead a like the decline button. So instead of just one button for purge ban, it'll be accept and decline. And so whenever a ChatGM like puts together an event, it'll probably show up like in this part of the top part of the secret panel, and it'll play like a special noise for me. And then I can just click approve or decline, depending on. And if I hit decline, it'll just automatically do like a random event. It'll automatically just pull one from the queue of events that we have on hand. I will almost certainly do that. I'm not 100% about it, but like I don't like everything about it, but I don't know. It's like here's the things that I'm not certain about with that implementation, but then like here's the things that I'm not certain about with any other option, right? Like there's there's some things that I don't like about this. So it's hard to say like yes, I want to do this, but then when I compare it to like everything else that are like all the alternatives, then like those don't seem great either. So wouldn't it be nice if people were just responsible? Wouldn't it be nice if you could just trust people? If people were just trustworthy, wouldn't that be cool? Alright, so, I know I just restarted the script, but I actually, for various reasons, actually for only one reason, I'm hungry. I'm going to, I'm going to take a quick break, but I'll be back, I should be back shortly. If I'm not back soon, send help. No, I'm just kidding. But, I thank you everyone for hanging out for the first part of today's streaming schedule, and I hope to I hope to see you guys again in the near future. So have a wonderful whatever time of day it is where you are, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Bye.